Hello, South Elgin. I'm Ava Winterhalter.
And I'm Sophie Karpowitz. Today is September 19th. Welcome to this week's edition of Storm News.
On today's broadcast, we have information on fall activities, Farfan photos, our football team, and more. Storm News starts now.
We have a few reminders. Make sure you're wearing your IDs at all times during the school day.
Also, spirit wear is going to be sold during all lunch periods this week, so don't miss out.
By the way, homecoming is right around the corner. This year, the theme is A Night in the City. We have events happening every day this week, with today being Stormfest.
On Tuesday, we have the Powder Puff game starting at 4 p.m.
Wednesday, we have our dodgeball tournament in the gym.
Thursday, we have our homecoming parade.
And Friday, we have our pep rally and our football game against East Aurora. Now, let's get into the broadcast. While September is filled with fun things like homecoming, we need to remember the importance of supporting each other. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. 18.8% of high school students reported having serious suicidal thoughts. Some warning signs of teen depression can be changes in eating and sleeping habits, loss of interest in usual activities, withdrawal from friends and family members, and alcohol and drug use. For help, SCHS has a school psychologist and 4 counselors who are able to talk to you and assist you or a friend if you're experiencing any symptoms of depression. Most importantly, remember to reach out to friends and family members and be kind. You never know what someone is going through.
This week, we have great weather ahead of us.
We have Tarani in the studio to give us more details.
Thanks, guys. We're starting off good this week with Monday being the perfect temperature for Stormfest. We got a partly cloudy day with a high of 83 and a low of 64. Tuesday only gets nicer with the sun coming back. For those of you spending your days outdoors, like watching the Powder Puff game, it'll be perfect with a high of 87 and a low of 67. And it remains nice on Wednesday with it being mostly sunny with a high of 84 and a low of 62. Unfortunately, as we move towards the end of the week, it starts chilling up a little, but not too much. On Thursday, as you can see, we have a partly cloudy day with a high of 73 and a low of 56. So if you plan on catching the parade and the following event, it shouldn't be too bad, but be on the lookout. Moving on to Friday, we do drop even lower. Unfortunately, as you can see, we'll be expecting a partly cloudy day with a high of 66 and a low of 49. Hopefully, you won't stop anyone from enjoying the day of the pep rally and the homecoming game. And finally, on Saturday, we're predicting another partly cloudy day with a high of 64 and a low of 48. So think ahead for your homecoming day plans. However, the weather is always changing, and so is the news. So it's back to Ava and Sophie.
Thank you, Tarani.
As summer leaves and fall enters, there are tons of ways to celebrate the season.
Our Rebecca Kasuba went to Tom's Market to help you celebrate fall.
The perfect way to get into fall spirit is by heading on over to Tom's Market. If you haven't heard of Tom's, it's a family-run business that grows their own crops every year. Tom's was established in 1961 in Bartlett, Illinois. Now their main location is in Huntley, since the Bartlett stand on Lake Street is only open July through September, according to tomsfarmmarket.com. Peggy, an employee at Tom's Market in Huntley, describes how they grow fresh pumpkins, gourds, corn, tomatoes, peppers, and green beans during the fall season.
Sweet corn is the best. People come from all over to buy sweet corn. 2 hours they come and they get his corn.
In the Huntley location, the market has a bakery, a greenhouse, and tons of produce to pick from. People come from all over to feel the Tom's Market effect.
Family is wonderful. I've worked for them for 22 years, and when you shop here, you get the family feel.
It truly is the perfect place to shop for fresh, healthy produce, and you might leave feeling like you have a second family. If you're not interested in shopping, Peggy talks about one of the many events they have here at the market, which is Fall on the Farm, which runs through all of October. But if you can't make it out to Huntley, go check out the stand on Lake Street. I'm Rebecca Kasuba for Storm News.
Speaking of Tom's, there's a farmer's market happening every Friday in Elgin.
Our Justin Brzezinski tells us more.
Every Friday in downtown Elgin, you can find your local pop-up farmers market. Here you can find anything from roasted nuts, fresh honey, pretzel dip, and even family-grown vegetables. Tim McGuire says the Royal Burgundy beans are a hot seller.
We just harvested. They're all heirloom tomatoes. And so, yeah, we have a bunch of varieties of those.
So this Friday, come check it out from 3 to 7 at South Spring Street. For Storm News, I'm Justin Brzezinski.
This reminds me of when I was younger. I remember going to pumpkin patches like Gilberts with my family.
Yeah, I've heard that's a fan favorite. Gilberts is a family-owned farm located in South Barrington and Pingree Grove. It is now open through October 30th for the fall season and is open daily from 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. Tickets are sold online at GilbertsPumpkinFarm.com. Haley Rivera, an employee at Gilberts, said, "We have a fun corn maze to go through this year. We also got a new giraffe." Gilbert's South Barrington location is also celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, so now is the perfect time to take a visit with family and friends.
Have you seen all the new fall drinks around school lately? Starbucks just relaunched their seasonal fall favorites.
Our Kayla Villacaston was there to find out what else Starbucks has to offer with their new fall launch.
As September rolls around the corner, so do our long-awaited fall favorites. That's right, classic pumpkin drinks and baked goods are finally making a comeback at Starbucks, along with some tasty new options, like an apple crisp macchiato or a pumpkin cream cold brew. Whether a pumpkin spice latte is your daily must-have or just a once-in-a-while treat, we all can agree that this time of year is special.
What makes those special, though, is because people are trying to just find a way to, on the day-to-day, accept that change. And having some sweet drink to associate with that change really changes the mental perspective to a degree. Like, time may pass, but pumpkin spice will be here next year.
These fall flavors are favorites of both partners and customers alike. But don't forget, all good things must come to an end. These drinks are only available until November, so make sure you visit your local Starbucks and give them a try. I'm Kayla Villacaston, and this has been Storm News.
Thanks, Kayla. Sophie, have you seen the pictures Mr. Farfan posted after the football game?
Yeah, he always takes the best pictures. Here's our own Marina, who went and found out who Mr. Farfan is.
Ever wondered who took the photos of the athletes in the Commons? Or who took that cool action photo your friend posted on Instagram? Well, they're from the Enrique Farfan, or more commonly known as Farfan Photos. He began his photography at South Elgin when his kids started going here and has continued to since they graduated.
And I just stayed with it, close to home, but I just like the atmosphere.
Farfan has been taking photos for South Elgin for 18 years. His favorite sports to photograph are football and soccer, but his real drive to do what he does comes from us. He takes photos to give the kids something.
I do it to try to create memories for you guys. If there's just one picture you guys can take with you to remember high school and smile about it, then I did my job.
Make sure to look out for Farfan at the next home sporting event so you can get photographed. For Storm News, I'm Marina Rios-Gonzalez.
Wow, I never knew who Mr. Farfan was and why he takes photos for our school sporting events.
Speaking of sports, here's Ryan with the latest information.
This homecoming week, we have a lot of events going on, but with a big focus on the girls' volleyball game, dodgeball tournament, and football game this Friday. Be at the gym this Tuesday to pack the place for our volleyball team as they play Larkin at 5:30. On Wednesday, we have our yearly dodgeball tournament, where spectators are welcome to come out to our gym and support the school. To cap off the week, we have our homecoming football game against East Aurora. Our football team has had a great run so far this season and have won conference the last 3 years. But can this run of dominance continue? Here's David Acevedo with more.
South Elgin High's football team is back, not just for the playoffs, but to win it all this season. Starting with the conference, varsity defeating West Chicago 51-0, along with Glenbard and Fenton. As of yet, undefeated, with the football team demonstrating their continuing winning streak over these teams. What's next? More with the head coach.
Team in the conference. I do. I think we have been for a while. We've got a great team this year. Our lower levels are strong, and our guys are working their tail off, and someone's going to have to beat us. They're going to have to play really well to beat us. You know, first things first, honestly, we want to win the conference. If you win our conference, better chance at going deeper into the playoffs.
A team brimming with talent, outstanding coaching, and cheering fans. This is just the beginning. For Storm News, this is David Acevedo. Back to the studio.
Thanks, David. Speaking of exciting things, Hispanic Heritage Month started on the 15th and is an important reminder to remember Hispanic people and their culture.
Nick Martinez tells us more about the national celebration.
Each year, Americans observe National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th by celebrating the histories, cultures, and contributions of Hispanic Americans for the United States. The observation started back in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson, and 20 years later was expanded by President Reagan to create the 30-day celebration we have today.
We're not just here to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Week, but to announce that in 1989, the period between September 15th and October 15th will be Hispanic Heritage Month.
During this month, we honor and remember Hispanic icons such as Cesar Chavez, Ellen Ochoa, Roberto Clemente, and Dolores Huerta, as well as many others. Not only has the actions of these people moved the world, it has paved the way for Hispanic culture to be shown even at South Elgin High School, most evidently in our school's Olas Club and many other culture groups. This period from September to October doesn't just give people of Hispanic heritage a reason to celebrate and remember, it makes them proud to be part of the amazing Hispanic culture and community.
Looks like we have an exciting week ahead of us.
I agree, but sadly, that's all we have for today. I'm Ava Winterhalter.
And I'm Sophie Karpowitz, and this has been Storm News.